Alright, I came to see you last week, so it's only fair this weekend I come to pay you a visit. Alright, I am stopping to get a holy chicken sandwich in, I don't know, somewhere in North Carolina, somewhere between Asheville and Charlotte. I don't actually have any idea where I am. But it's been a long time since I've seen a Chick-fil-A that was in this architectural style. It's been a while since I've eaten in one of these. I love the flowers on the tables. I ordered just in time. What the heck? Where did all these people come from? Drive-thrus are convenient, but going into restaurants, even fast food places, and eating, I still think it's nicer overall. Even if it's less convenient, I just like being in nice spaces with other people. Yay! Gotta be completely honest, Carowinds' parking lot kinda sucks. And look how far back we are. All the way at the end of Intimidator's turnaround. I'm sorry, Thunder Striker. Whatever the heck. I'm gonna keep calling it Intimidator. Oh wait, what the heck? They're like, nope, don't walk on the walking path, please. Go out this way. I'm confused. Oh my gosh, Fury is hauling from the red B&M truck to the green/turquoise B&M truck. At least it all looks pretty. I like this parking lot. Actually, the front part of the parking lot is pretty nice. It's just back there is junk. From what I remember, trying to get out of it at the end of the night is going to be one of the most awful experiences ever. I can't wait. Look, I finally decided not to be lazy and get a physical pass. Look at me. Alright, it's about 1:45, almost 2 p.m. and I'm in. Luckily, we do have until about 10 p.m. today, and I'm staying the night in the area, but it is extremely crowded. So let's hope operations aren't too bad. But I'm going to do what I do to start pretty much every day at Carowinds, which is go ride Fury. Hopefully the line's not that bad. The sun is out, it's very hot today, and this park has very little shade. So I'm starting to regret my life, but that's okay. Pretty nasty lockers, but is what it is. For some reason today, they are not printing the locker receipts that have the number and expiration time on them, so you just kind of have to take a picture of the screen and hope that you remember. Also, they've already given up on this wait time board actually showing the wait time. Now it's just a TV screen with the ride logo on it. That sucks because today's the day I'd actually like to know the wait time, but according to the app, it's 20 minutes. We'll find out. So they were doing some of the best three-train operations I've seen on this ride when the line was pretty short. And then as soon as the line started picking up, they just kind of started stacking. And it's not that the line picked up because the operation slowed down. The line picked up first, and then they started slowing down. Whatever. I waited through that full queue once. I don't recommend it. not going anywhere because they got 2 new nano coasters, Afterburn and Nighthawk. Why is it pink? I don't know, but if they got a nano coaster, it's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Wait, so these are all normal logo. That one's a little different, but then, what is that? So I figured out part of the ops problem. So hilariously enough, so for context, this is all in the course of about 20 minutes. The last time I was up on the platform, they had 6 people checking restraints, 3 on each side of the platform, and a grouper. And now they have 2 people, 1 on each side, and no grouper. What? Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened there, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop riding for now. My locker rental's almost up anyway until they get that ops thing figured out. That's just so weird and random. I guess they're getting us conditioned and ready for the Six Flags experience. But anyways, I managed to get 3 rides before the ops crashed and burned. And one of them was in the front, one of them was in the back, and one of them was in the middle. It's very good. I think it's definitely not the best it's ever run, but it's definitely not the worst either. It's just solid. I think that's definitely a ride that as you keep riding it, the novelty starts to wear off. And it's still really good, but it's not quite as mind-blowing as it was when you first rode it. Anyways, I rode Thunder Run last weekend, and when I did, I said that it was so bad that I'd probably rather ride Hurler. So let's find out if that's really true or not. The wait is listed at 20 minutes. But it seems that almost all of the rides in the park are listed at 20 minutes, so I don't think they actually have any idea. It looks like they do have a grouper today, thank God. Waiting for another dispatch so I can get some off-ride footage. Look at how beautiful this building is. Yeah, best station ever. This ride still kind of sucks, but it's way better than Thunder Run. I'll explain why in a second.
Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the ride at all times. Please sit in an upright seated position. With your back edge sharps against the seat belt. Please hold onto your handlebars.
Before the season, Carowinds did a ton of retracking on Hurler. A lot more retracking than you should ever do on a ride that probably just needs to be removed. And it's running pretty dang smooth. I did ride it in the front row just because that's where I was assigned, so I took it. But Thunder Run last week was so rough, it even hurt in the front row. So, you know, even comparing front row to front row, this is so much better. It's butter smooth in the front. I'll have to ride it in the back later. Maybe it has a few jolts, but I'm sure it won't be near as bad as Thunder Run. Otherwise, it's about the same layout as Thunder Run. I think Thunder Run in the back row had slightly better airtime, but that's because I rode this in the front. I'm sure in the back it'll be probably about the same. But yeah, Thunder Run, Kentucky Kingdom hurts so bad. It's very rough, not good. This, at least it's comfortable. The ride just doesn't do anything. Like it's not painful, it doesn't hurt. It just doesn't do anything. Sitting in the front row, I did get a little bit of floater over most of the hills, or some of them. Just floater airtime, barely. I'm trying to give the ride something, okay? So yeah, anyways, Hurler's not good. It's just better than Thunder Run. But that doesn't mean anything. It's still bad. Hey, look. Copyright Cedar Fair. At least it doesn't say Six Flags yet. The website does, so it is a concern.
You're gonna use this one.
I was only walking the other way to try to find a water filling station that I didn't find. They took it away. Very sad. Tried to fill my water bottle up in the water fountain. But this is Vortex. I think it's the last B&M stand-up in the Cedar Fair chain, I think. Although now that they've merged with Six Flags, there is Riddler's Revenge, Georgia Scorcher, and Green Lantern. But I think that's it. As you can probably see, it's got a repaint for this season. Looks beautiful. Probably not gonna ride beautiful, but pretty much every time I've been to this park, it's been closed. I think the only time I rode this was, I think 2018. And every time I've been here since then, it's been closed. So it's open today. Let's go see how it is. Walking up here, I can really see the look of what the heck is this on everybody's faces as they're riding. So that's a good sign. All right, I'm gonna channel the past here. I'm gonna pretend like I'm someone living in the 90s when every park felt like they needed to have one of these. And when these were the big thing in the amusement industry, I'm gonna try to enjoy myself. It says about a 20-minute wait here. We'll see.
Welcome back, rider.
Pros, it looks pretty. It's also pretty forceful in some sections. I did remember from the first time I rode it, what was that, 6 years ago at this point? It does, I mean, it's kind of fun to get some force, like really strong positive G's while you're standing. This is one that I wouldn't say was explicitly bad based on that ride. I was in the middle of the train, row 4. It wasn't explicitly bad. I didn't have the problem that a lot of other dudes seem to have. But yeah, I think it's a solid looper. However, I felt most of the ride, there was just some profiling that felt kind of weird or janky just because they're standing up. And when you're standing up, obviously you have a much taller, higher up, like, moment of inertia. There's just some stuff that feels weird because they had to do what they had to do for stand up. And I don't really feel like standing up added that much to it, which I guess is exactly why that gimmick died. You know, stand-up coasters were everywhere in like the 90s, and now they're pretty much all gone, with the exception of the new surf coasters from B&M, which apparently are actually good and unique. I haven't been down to SeaWorld at all before. I am excited to try that out at some point. But in terms of the classic style, I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's different enough from a traditional looper to justify how long it takes to load those trains. Because that's the thing. The loading procedure is awful. It's so confusing because they had to like jankily engineer something that would let you ride safely standing up. I guess you could say it's an engineering marvel then, but it just feels kind of pointless. Not bad, in my opinion, just kind of pointless. Here's another ride that's closed a lot, and a classic Aero looper, Carolina Cyclone. I feel like anytime I'm at a park with a classic Aero, I have to ride it when I have the chance. Because these rides are a dying breed, and even though they're not my favorite, I prefer more modern ride experiences. I do think it's incredibly cool, all of Aero's contributions to the roller coaster world, the amusement industry over the years. For that reason, I always find it enjoyable to ride some of their classic rides, just to, you know, soak in the past a bit, how things used to be before I was born. And again, this was open last time I was here, but it's open now. That's good. Today, pretty much everything, every major coaster is open except for Nighthawk, which I think is a technical issue. which is good because this is a park where I often come and like 3 or 4 of the coasters are closed for the day. And that's not the case today, so thumbs up. No line. No line. I'll have to go to the Aero Magic Row, which of course is 13. At least on most Aero coasters it is, so. Helix right here that you can't really see because it comes around and then it goes, or actually starts there, it goes into like an underground tunnel and then comes back out. And that's a good helix, smooth, it's fun in the tunnel, perfect amount of positive forces in my opinion. And maybe it could use a little bit more, but yeah, that part of the ride is great. I even find the double corkscrews over the pathway to be at least decent. They're fun. The loops are like way too forceful. I think that's the most positive G's I've felt this year. So if you're into that kind of thing, there you go. I'm not. Good news is I was at the back of the train on a non-wheel seat, row 13. It's actually pretty smooth. I didn't think it was really rough. So that's good. Oh my gosh, County Fair. There is no shade here at all on a day like today. This sucks. This sucks. I'm just walking through though, heading over to Blue Ridge Junction to go eat at Blue Ridge Country Kitchen. It's about 4:45 right now, so very early dinner. But I've done pretty good today with avoiding like long lines despite how crowded the park is. I think the longest I waited for anything was about 20-25 minutes for Fury. Right now everything else I want to ride is at over an hour, including the mine train. The mine train's like 75-minute wait right now listed. And the wait times have at least been okay accurate today, so I'm gonna trust if it says something long, it's probably bad. Particularly Copperhead is currently reading 115 minutes, so almost 2 hours. Then we'll go ahead and get some food and see if the wait times are a little bit shorter after I eat. I figure they can't get much worse than they already are, so might as well get an early dinner and get that out of the way. Oh, we got like an old X-Men movie while we eat. Very thematically appropriate. Yeah, this is to the right side. If you go to the right side line, this is the seating area for the right side. I've never actually been on the right side before because they usually only have the left side open when I've been here. I think they only open up this side when there's heavy crowds to help with capacity, getting people through the line. I do think that left side is objectively better though because it has a much larger indoor eating space, and said indoor eating space contains a lot of Easter eggs for other Cedar Fair parks. It seems that this one does not have any Easter eggs, sadly, and it is smaller. But it's fine, it's air conditioned in here. Not very well air conditioned, but it's definitely cooler in here than it is outside, which is nice. Anyways, I got the half rotisserie with fried okra. I'm starting to wish I had gotten that mac and cheese. That mac and cheese looks really good. But with how expensive food is here, I didn't want to add another one there. It was like $6.99 for a second side. The okra totally slaps though. It's pretty salty, so you gotta be into that. But I think the half chicken's a better deal too though. Because as you saw, the prices are the same no matter what entree you get. And this is like the biggest entree, so. Well, that was a relaxing little early dinner. I kind of forgot I was in a theme park, to be completely honest. Unfortunately, Copperhead only has 2 of its 3 trains on the track today. I don't know why that is, because it had 3 trains earlier this season when the park was dead. That's all right. So that's why it has the longest wait in the park right now. It's at 140 minutes now, I think is what it was reading. So I'll come back to that in a minute, maybe. A lot of the lines did get worse while I was eating. Fury is at about 2 hours now, so I'm really happy I got that in when the wait was only about 20 minutes. Got 3 rides on it then too. I'd like to ride it at night, but if there's one I have to skip going back to re-ride, I'm probably not going to rewrite any of the other ones, but definitely not Fury if it's 2 hours. So yeah, we'll see. We're having the opposite of the Dollywood effect here, where the park is getting more and more crowded towards the end of the day rather than less crowded. But fortunately, I did see significant wait time reductions for Thunder Striker and Afterburn, which are probably the two others other than Copperhead I really want to do before the end of the day. So I'm going to go over to Thunder Striker since I just finished eating. I don't know if Afterburn is a great idea right after having a full stomach, but Thunder Striker / Intimidator is much more tame, so that should be much easier to do right now. And again, only about 30 minutes for both of those, which compared to the other major attraction wait times in the park right now, that's good. So a lot of the upper tier Cedar Fair parks, like the top half of them, have been getting these VIP lounges because they have an extra level of pass, which I guess is like their equivalent of like Dollywood's Diamond Pass. I would buy Dollywood's Diamond Pass if they had like a lounge, like some of these look pretty good. So Carowinds is getting one right here because currently theirs is like this tent over here. But yeah, no, these look really cool. I've never been in one and probably won't be anytime soon because I just don't find Prestige Pass to be worth it if I'm only coming to the park 2 or 3 times a year. But if I ever live in a city that has a Cedar Fair park, I'll probably get the Prestige Pass just because they look cool, the lounges for sure. And again, if Dollywood did something like that, that would probably convince me to buy the Diamond Pass, which right now I think is a terrible value, terrible deal. Well, they got the screen up and running. It's just showing the logo and not the wait time, but it's there.
Clear. All clear dispatch. To my guests in the queue on this train side of the station a little bit too long, so please help us out by being ready to walk all the way through the gates. You have 3 seconds and 3 seconds only. Unfortunately, if you miss your gate, you miss your train. Gates, you miss your train, so please make sure you're paying attention walk all the way through those gates.
For your safety, keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the ride.
Your hands are excused because cell phones almost for security and have been wide and been only. Please do not slide your gate table. Please.
To all my all-morning riders, you will have 3 seconds to lock in the gates before they close. 3, 2, 1. Gates are closing. Stand clear. They're towards the back. Their seats are towards the back. Towards the back. Take your seat off your seatbelt. Do not touch the black lap bar. This train needs to go.
All right, that was the best Intimidator ride I've ever had. It's great. I guess because it's so hot outside, it's running really fast. Got almost Flowjector airtime, not even floater. Awesome. I'm gonna go again. The line's still kind of long, but it was listed at 30 minutes and it only took about 10 because best operations of the day. This is the best crew of the day so far. They're loading trains even faster than Fury was, and this has a loose article bin on the platform. So even with people having to cross the train to put stuff in the bin, they're going. Love it. I do love that they have one of Thunder Road's old train cars here in the gift shop. It's very nice. And it looks like we finally do have Thunder Striker merch, and it's not terrible actually, considering how bad the Fury merch is. Last time I was in here, they didn't have any yet, so that's nice to see. I'm really playing on nostalgia here with all the Thunder Road stuff. And I really do want to ride that again, but it's about a 20-minute wait that time. The line's only gotten longer. But man, that's definitely the best 2 rides I've ever gotten on that. It's running so good today. Great airtime in both the front and the back row, because I rode in the back row that time. I was on the second row the first time, but pretty close to the front. Man, it's just running really good. And definitely best operations of the day. Shout out to that crew. Fantastic job. So I was just walking over here in Camp Snoopy. You can see big construction wall up right here. And there's another one way over there behind the snack depot. We know from the leaks, pretty reliable leaks, we're getting a Planet Snoopy expansion here next year. I forget exactly what's included, but I think it's a Mack Rides splash battle, which is cool because I've never done one of those. Dollywood used to have one. I didn't get to ride it. There's also going to be a new coaster next year, a family coaster. One of those, I think it's a clone of the small family launch coaster that Canada's Wonderland got last year or 2 years ago. So nothing too crazy, but new family coaster, can never complain. Not going to do a full construction update because A, time, and B, I haven't really looked at the leaked plans enough to know exactly, where everything's going there, but I'm definitely excited to see them do more with the space. It's unironically the nicest area of the park, I think. It's just so pretty and shaded and all that. Afterburn. Dang, that looks like a decently long line for the fact that this runs 2 trains and the operations usually aren't fantastic, but there we go. So this screen's finally turned on as well, but it's also just a Afterburn logo. Yeah, hopefully those will show the wait times eventually. Let's see how long this actually ends up being. This usually has some of the worst major coaster operations in the park. So let's hope that they're doing better today.
But not the littles.
No, I know what I'm doing.
And Percy said he don't want to get on.
You want to go?
You can't get on that basket.
I haven't really walked down here before. Here's the legendary Batwing. Probably the best element on this ride. Right by the old South Gate. That would have been nice to enter through today, but as you can see, no way you're entering through there. But I've seen a few people leave through there. So apparently you can still use it to exit. But as you can see, those ticket turnstiles have not been used in a long time. It's a little difficult to get good footage of this ride just because of its location and all that, with all the tree cover. But it's certainly very cool when you're on the ride. And then I got assigned to the front row. I don't know how that keeps happening. And it was good. It was super forceful, and I was starting to gray out at points in the front. So I can't imagine what it would be like in the back or near the back. I would try to go again, but I don't know how long the line is. All right, I'm going again. Even though the line's kind of long, I have a morbid curiosity if I can get closer to the back of the train. How forceful is it going to be back there if I was graying out in the front? You get more whip in the back too. In Afterburn, all about the whip. Sun's getting ready to set soon. You can see that beautiful orange glow in the sky. So beautiful. Anyways, Afterburn, surprisingly, in the back, was not that much more forceful. I mean, it was so forceful in the front. It's still very forceful. wasn't that much of a difference in the force, but the whip in the back is so much better. And that's what makes that ride for me. That insane whip into the 0G roll, whip in the corkscrew, and my personal favorite, the entrance to the Batwing is like otherworldly in the back row. I've still never taken the time to like fully appreciate this land. Maybe I will tomorrow if I come back here for a couple hours tomorrow. But it's kind of funny to me that it's more, most of it's more whimsically themed. And then they have this like very serious plaque here, dedication to all those who made the dream of reaching the skies a reality. So I guess that kind of makes sense. It's like the dream of flight is kind of what the theming is here. I didn't like it at first, but it's growing on me. Yeah, I'm just passing through here, heading over to Copperhead. I should stop at the restroom and fill up my water. The Aeronautica restrooms, they're actually pretty nice. The restrooms at the front gate and the restrooms over by Fury are kind of shit, but most of this park's restrooms are okay. I like Aeronautica's restrooms because they are themed inside to kind of match the land. I'm very intrigued by this model. I'm not gonna wait for it right now, but I haven't seen a flat like this anywhere else. Kind of like the old like Dumbo rides, but you're hanging. It's interesting. Gotta buy a locker. This is still listed at 85 minutes, but I'm hoping it's overblown because Afterburns is listed at 60, and it took about 20 minutes to get through that line both times. So it does seem like they're overestimating wait times by a lot right now. So hopefully this is not 90 minutes. It's so frustrating they don't have transferable lockers here like they do at like Kings Island, so you gotta pay in every single place. Here we go. At least we got a kind of themed queue. This is probably one of the most tolerable queues in the park, if not the most tolerable queue in the park to wait in. We do have to wait a long time, so that's good. I kind of just want to stop and chill in the chair for a second. It doesn't look that full, so I guess we're going to find out. I was kind of concerned when the water park closed for the day that was going to swarm the dry park, but it doesn't really seem to have, at least not that much. Yeah, so this queue section here is empty. Our section's empty. It's just that one. So I don't know why it's still posted at 90 minutes, even with 2 trains. That's got to be like not even an hour, maybe 45 minutes. We will find out.
I know there's the right side.
Not permitted in line and must be left with a non-rider or in a line. For your safety and the safety of other riders.
Watch out for students and enjoy your launches on Copperhead Strike.
Hands must be free to grab onto the lap bar while riding. Carowinds is not responsible for items lost or damaged while riding. Now sit back, watch out for snakes, and enjoy your launches on Copperhead.
I love what Mack Rides is doing right now, and I'm pretty happy that pretty close by here I have the only Mack Rides multi-launch in the country, at least until Epic Universe opens in a couple months. It was not 95 minutes if you didn't notice, it was like 30. Yeah, the line pretty much went away from what I could see, and for some reason my camera always makes it look lighter out than it actually is. It's really starting to get to dusk now, so we're really getting into night ride territory, which means I did want to ride some of the other smaller coasters here, but that's not gonna happen right now. We gotta get the good ones for night rides. This queue is a little bit of a pain in the ass to walk through when it's empty. It's by far the longest queue in the park. It just keeps going and going. But I'll definitely take that over a boring, crappy empty queue like what Fury has. Fury's queue is absolutely the worst if you have to wait in it for any reason. So unfortunately it did done break. so I'm gonna give it just a few minutes and then I guess I'll head out. In case for some reason you were wondering what it looks like underneath Copperhead Station. It looks like that. All right, I gave it about 10 minutes with no sign of life. I don't even think maintenance is here yet. And we only have an hour till park close now. So I'm gonna move on to make sure I can get some dusk and night rides on some other things. I've done a night ride on here before. It's good, but it's not worth missing everything else, just hoping that it may open. So I do wish more parks would be open until like 11 p.m. or maybe even midnight, but that may be pushing it, but at least 11, because most of them close at 10 in the summer now. I suppose I shouldn't be complaining too much, because as I experienced last summer, if you're over on the European continent, for like the entire summer, most of your parks close at like 5 or 6 p.m. So that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry for you. So you may find this a little hard to believe, but I actually do have a little bit of a fear of heights. There's still a decent bit of a fear of heights. Certain things don't bother me, like roller coasters I'm used to, obviously. I can go 300 feet in the air in Fury, no problem. But 300 feet in the air on a swing ride, still a little spooky. So I'm gonna tap into my nerves a little bit and ride Windseeker. I do think it's gonna be really fun to see the park lit up at night down there from like 310 feet in the air. I forget exactly how tall Windseeker is. Hopefully the wait's not too long so I can get over to a coaster before the park closes. Oh, and Terminator got like pseudo chaser lights on the lip tail. That's interesting. That must be new. All right, that did get my blood pumping a little bit. Something about those Windseekers, they're just spooky. For some reason, I keep thinking about the like metal bars that hold the cars in breaking and me falling 300 feet. I don't worry about anything like that happening on like a roller coaster, but on something like that, I can't get it out of my head for some reason, even though I know it's not gonna happen. But yes, the park does look really cool from up there, all lit up at night. Copperhead's still broken. So glad I wasn't waiting on that. Yeah, that was definitely a good night ride choice. I definitely recommend that if you're looking for a more chill, scenic night ride. Something that'll still get your blood pumping a little bit if you're a little scared of heights like me, but just pretty to look down there at night. And I like how Windseeker itself is lit up at night. Theming is not the word, because it's not themed, obviously. But the way that Windseeker is done aesthetically, all the signage kind of matches a certain theme and everything. It's very reminiscent of Soarin' at Epcot in the way that it's stylized, and it's very cool, and I like it. Makes it kind of seem like a more epic kind of experience. The little subtle touches like that I like. I also really like how Carowinds' Windseeker is located in the middle of the park. I don't love how Kings Islands is like all the way off into like a corner. I like that this is right in the center so you can see everything, but I absolutely can't wait to eventually hopefully get to ride Cedar Points, which is like right on like the beach on Lake Erie. That one looks like it has an incredible view from there. The sign for Gold Rusher is not even lit up at night, but yeah, I unironically do want to get a night ride on Carolina Gold Rusher. While I was on Windseeker waiting for it to go because ops were really slow, I saw a train or two on Carolina Gold Rusher, their mine train, shooting through the forest in the dark, and I'm like, that looks cool. So here I am. All right, we're heading on into the mine train building. There we go. Oh, there's a grouper today.
Welcome back, Silver Train. How was that ride? Yeah. Glad you guys enjoyed it. All clear dispatch. Silver Train, you guys are out of here. If you're ready to ride, make some noise. Awesome. Enjoy your ride on the Carolina Gold Rusher.
Yeah, oh wow, it's very dark. You can't even really see me. But yeah, that's a night ride I would definitely recommend. Obviously, it's not super thrilling still. It's a mine train, but I think this one's pretty fun. It's short, very short, but it's got some fun tunnel elements. You get some speed at some points. I just find mine trains like this to be incredibly fun. This one's pretty smooth as well. And night ride, definitely like it. When you first dispatch, you kind of come through by this area where the trees are lit up really cool. Oh look, even that boat up there has got like water projections on the side of it. Yeah, this park is pretty well lit up at night. So yeah, I wouldn't say sacrifice the other night rides you want to get in order to get a night ride on Gold Rusher, but if you're just looking for what I think some good night rides are here, I think Carolina Gold Rusher might be one of my favorites, just because I do think the experience is actually a lot better at night. Again, it's still a family coaster, tempering expectations there, but I always thought that ride was pretty fun. Nowhere near as good as Adventure Express, but for what it is, it's fun. It's also one of the only rides at Carowinds that actually still kind of travels through the woods. That and I guess like Afterburn. So those might be your best night rides if you're just looking for the darkness. Oh, this ride looks so good at night. I love the effects on the sign, the glowing eyes, the little honeycomb underneath the sign. Kind of lights up. They shine these like, we always call them bug lights on the ground. Great stuff. Whole lift hill lit up green. It just looks really good at night. Way better at night than it does during the day, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and buy another locker because unfortunately no transferable lockers here. That's still so annoying. We only got 10 minutes until park closing, so I am fully expecting to only get one night right here. But let's see what happens. Yeah, that's the most full the queue's been all day, so I see no way they're getting through this in less than 10 minutes. So this will be my only night ride on Fury tonight, unfortunately. But it's not like I would have gotten the second one if I got here much earlier, because as you can see, this is probably like a 30, 45 minute line. So that's perfectly fine with me. So it's currently 10:05 and they're still letting people in. It's a little weird. I still don't think we'll be able to. I think it'll be closed by the time we get off. My favorite ride operator is back.
We are all clear for dispatch. Enjoy your ride.
Alright, those of you in the queue line, I'm running behind. I need your help. How can you help me? Good, I'm glad you're out. No hats, nothing in your hands. Get ready to ride. Your train is here.
No, they were still letting people into the line while we were on the brake run, but now it is closed. Oh, and they're already through the line. I forgot how freaking high the throughput on this ride is when they're actually running it properly, as they are now. They're gonna let them go again, aren't they? I can't complain. They let us go again twice in May. So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, they're letting them go again. I should have waited like 5 more minutes. Gosh darn it. It is what it is. Let's see if they let this train ride again. I gotta cut it off at some point. Again, I can't complain too much. The last 2 times I've closed out the park with Fury, I've gotten to re-ride at the end. And just last week on Voyage, A Holiday World, we got to re-ride at the end. So this has been me many times before. So it's my turn to be the sad one, sadly walking away, but are they gonna get the fabled second re-ride? Is it gonna happen? goodness I got a ride. Again, I can't complain because back in May, we got 2 rides at night as well. So it's not like I've never been there. I just wish I was there now. All right, got my stuff out of the locker. When's the first train that genuinely comes around here empty? I don't know, man. Okay, I think they're emptying that train. Good stuff. Wow, though, I'm still breathing from that. That's one of the most incredible night rides that exists. It's not even really that dark. You're just traveling by the parking lot and stuff. But man, is it just wow. Also, I feel like a lot of these rides, they feel better like kind of at night after the sun's gone down. It's probably down to like the 70s now. And that's just a more comfortable amusement park temperature, theme park temperature, in my opinion. And here you get the benefit of the rides still haven't had time to like cool off yet. So they're still running at like their hot 80, 90 degree speeds, but it's cooler outside, you know. So that's definitely awesome. May be hard to see on camera, but look at that wonderful line we get to wait in to get out. That's great. It's even worse because we got to get all the way to the end of Intimidator's turnaround where I'm parked. That's just freaking nuts looking up at the turnaround here. So big. Love that ride. My lord. Say what you want about Dollywood's parking lot reworking they did a couple years ago. I know a lot of people bitch about that constantly and say it's horrible because you have to drive all the way around. But even when you drive all the way around, you get out of the parking lot in like 10% of the time it takes somewhere like this. Like, you can complain about it all you want, but that ignores the fact that Dollywood literally solved this problem. This doesn't happen. And I go there like at least once a month and I stay till close, especially on very busy days. I would know. They fixed this because it used to happen. They did that parking lot reworking. This doesn't happen anymore. About to head out to my accommodations for the night. I would certainly like to start doing more vlogs and reviews for like hotels I stay at when I go to theme parks and stuff like that. So if you're a frequent viewer of this channel, let me know how you'd like that to be implemented. Would you like them just like in this video, in the vlog from the park that day like I'm doing today? Do you want separate travel vlogs, although they'd probably be pretty short and boring? Let me know. All right, here we are, Courtyard by Marriott, Arrowwood. It was about a 10-minute drive from Carowinds, about 3 miles away. Let's see what it's like inside. Nice. You know, this space is so nice. So nice. So much better than that Quality Inn that is actually more expensive than this for tonight in particular. We got a balcony? What the heck? Wait, okay, it says open here. That has like a security bar here. That took me a while to figure out. Nice. It overlooks the courtyard. Go figure. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and take a shower, and I was going to work on some stuff here before I go to bed, but it's already almost midnight, so probably not. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow morning if I decide to go back to Carowinds again.